2 weeks ago, I had the chance to game announce at a first robotics event in town. This year's season, Charged Up, presented by Haas, focused on energy and sustainable development. With the logo having a blue lightning bolt, I took it literally and decided to put lightning bolts on my shoes. So, this is how I did that. This idea spawned while I was sitting in a Tim Hortons. Using Canva, I mocked up the lightning bolt shape and size relative to a stock image of my Converse. I googled the approximate length of a woman's US size 9 shoe and, close enough. Knowing this, I loaded my Canva image into a sketch on Fusion 360 and rescaled it so the shoe would be roughly true to size based on the foot measurement I googled. Then I ended up with these three pieces: the bottom, which would house the LEDs and snaps into the top piece, and then the outline, which would be a different color for aesthetics. After printing, I drilled out shoelace holes on both bottom pieces of the lightning bolts. Now, because this was literally 2 days before I wanted to wear these shoes, my challenge was to use the electronics I already had. At first, I tried using these LED strips I got from the dollar store. They were car interior lights, USB powered, so about 5-volt LEDs. Figured I could use a 3-volt coin cell to power it, which was more than enough voltage to keep the brightness. The first challenge was that they were too short. I could have ideally redesigned the bolt and reprinted, but I was crunched on time, didn't want to reprint, and I liked the size of the bolt compared to the shoe already. The second problem with these was diffusing the LEDs. They were harsh, like extremely child blinding harsh. I tried layers of parchment paper, different plastics. I even considered printing a centerpiece out of clear material. I even tried using various resistors to dim the LEDs even further, but I still had a difficult time diffusing them, so scratch that. Then I remembered I had these flexible light filaments that were meant for another project. I ended up just using those. They were about 3 meters long each, and although I did have to scrap a good length of them, I was still able to thread them in as shoelaces, which made the shoe a lot more cohesive. Each light strip came with a battery pack that needed 2 AA batteries. Good thing I could clip them onto my socks and hide it under my pants, because the battery packs quite literally looked like ankle monitors. You may have noticed in a few previous clips that the bolt was kind of sagging due to its weight. To fix that, I glued large safety pins on the back of the bolts to hold them into place while the shoes were being worn. They're definitely tedious to put on, but it is so worth it in the end. I even made matching earrings to wear with these shoes the day of the first robotics event. This is about where things go downhill. While I was trying them on the night before, I ripped the connectors off one of the light filaments and was left with only one shoe that lit up. I went knees deep into forums online trying to figure out how to solder to a light filament or flexible lights, but had really no luck. So the weekend of the event, I wore these shoes, but without the lights. If anybody has worked with these kind of lights before and knows how to repair them, please let me know. One day these lightning bolt shoes will have their glory, but that day has yet to come.